What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 in another Protean Shift Defense Spotlight. Today I wanted to take a look at the Lightning Strike aura. Now I know a lot of folks are wanting to see the Flame auras. I am going to get that out to you all as soon as I can. I just have a couple more pieces to fine tune. However, I've got the LSA exactly where I want it, and it is just an absolute beast. Now, first off, we know the Lightning Strike aura it's got a very nice natural range, and it is a single target defense. With it being a single target defense, it does hit really hard, and as with lots of different defenses in the game, you're going to want to kind of pick the task that you want the Lightning Strike aura to do. For me particular, I know the majority of the time that I ever lose a map, it's due to one of two things. Either an assassin gets on me and I die at really bad timing, and then something makes it to the core, or a Lady Orc makes it to the core. Now, I wanted to design my Lightning Strike auras where they are going to handle both of those mobs very, very readily. So I want to be able to handle Lady Orcs or Berserkers, and I want to be able to have an area to run to insta-peel assassins off of me, and ideally just nuke them right down. Now, the thing that Lady Orcs and Assassins both have in common are, number one, they are both melee mobs, and number two, they are both chaos mobs. And that gives us a unique opportunity to really stack up the defense. Now, first off, the Lightning Strike aura itself, I like to go with Melee Boom, Anti-Melee Servo, and Anti-Chaos Servo. I'll get into those in a minute, but first off, let's talk about the Shards. I do skip the range on this now. The natural range on it is incredible. I do love having massive Lightning Strike auras, and I do swap range in every now and then. However, my go-to setup has been Mass Destruction, Defense Rate, and Vampiric Empowerment. Now, Mass Destruction, of course, if you don't have it, just use regular Destruction and still get great results. And then if you do want slightly larger range, get rid of the Vampiric Empowerment and throw Deadly Strikes in there instead. However, these three have been quite the power combo for me, and as you see, I can get real nice DPS out of my LSAs just at tier 1. Now, of course, that 1.55 million is not including any crit damage in the mix, so the actual DPS is quite a bit higher. However, these things are just beasts. Now, on top of that, I do have Anti-Melee Servo and Anti-Chaos Servo. Now, I don't have a perfect anti-melee yet. I do have a perfect anti-chaos on it, but combined between the two, as you see, it's well over 100% damage, assuming that the mob is both a melee mob and a chaos mob, and Berserkers and Assassins both meet those results. So with these two mods on the LSA, I'm getting more than double damage against Lady Orcs and Assassins, which is just absolutely huge. As we see just at tier 1, the crit damage is the normal damage is 1.55. If you add crit damage into the mix, you're at 2.25 million. Now, if it's a Lady Orc or an Assassin, it's going to hit for double that. So a minimum of 3 million a shot right at tier 1 to a Lady Orc or an Assassin. And of course, it ticks once a second. So an Assassin is going to peel off of you really quick, and Lady Orcs are just not going to make it too long, particularly if you have several of these together. Now, I did want to add some other utility and to create a little bit of lane clearing out of the Lightning Strike aura itself. So for that, I did choose the Melee Boom, so any melee mob that dies in it is going to explode, dealing 17% and change of their health as area damage. This adds a really nice bit of AoE damage to the LSA, as it does hit so hard that it gets lots and lots of kills, so it procs Melee Boom almost constantly. In fact, in a situation where you're farming Chaos 7, you can use just Lightning Strike auras alone. I like to throw a Poison Dart Tower in the mix and then some anti-air. However, LSAs by themselves are just really, really mean, as you see here, and we're able just to completely clear lanes, burn mobs down, absolutely no problem. With a string of Lightning Strike auras, there is no chance a Lady Orc is going to make it through, and you've got just a ridiculous gauntlet to run through when an assassin gets on you, and all these LSAs are ticking away. Now, when it comes to Ascension, you want to follow the basic builder Ascension rules. So your very first points in the utility category would go into defense crit chance. As soon as you get defense crit chance, switch over to defense crit damage. Once you get defense crit damage capped, then go down into the lightning range gambit. Now in the defense category, first things first, go right on out in defense speed. So as you earn this Ascension, get your defense speed up immediately. Do not spend any points anywhere else. After you get your defense speed capped, then you can switch it up and go right into the lightning aura damage. Now when you get to 40 points in your range gambit, you're actually going to catch the offset with the minus defense power on your LSA. So if you can just keep going right into it like you would. However, if you choose to, you can always hold off on a couple of those range gambit points at the end and get your lightning aura damage jacked up a little bit more before you make the switch over and fill out the entire range gambit. Lightning Strike auras are my absolute bread and butter. It's also a great shard if you've got Destructive Pylon for mastery. It is an absolutely great defense to use that shard in, as it's small, it's easy to stack stuff around it, and you can just end up buffing a nice little zone and having a powerhouse sitting in the middle of it, ripping out ridiculous damage. Now, it is a 20 DU defense, so it scales very nice with upgrades as well. So if we take a look at the LSA at Tier 1, it's 1.55 million. Tier 2, oh yeah, we just doubled. Tier 3, Tier 4, and then finally Tier 5, 8 million DPS, so it's hitting for 8.22 million every single attack. If you actually have it upgraded all the way to Tier 5, this means that on a non-crit, you're going to be hitting a Lady Orc or a Berserker for more than 16 million damage. I mean, it is all over with. A Lady Orc or a Berserker, listen to me. A Lady Orc or an Assassin, you all know what I'm saying. It's done. 16 million is going to burn a Lady Orc or an Assassin like it's absolute nothing. So by all means, get your upgrades into your Lightning Strike auras and watch them just burn the place down. So that will do it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Click that like button, please subscribe to the channel, and there will be more hero and defense spotlights incoming soon. I'm getting real close to getting the Flame Auras dialed in, and I'll get that video right out to you all. I'm also getting real close on my Shockbot EV2 build. Oh yeah, the Shockbot is making a return. So thanks again, and I will see you all next time. Take it easy.